Hi all, in today's video we are going to see about economic analysis. Economic analysis means the analysis of the economy to determine if the overall conditions are good for the stock market. In our previous video, we have seen an overview about fundamental analysis and its subdivision. If you haven't seen the video, please see it. I have pinned the video in the first comment. Some of the important economic factors we need to analyze are political stability, GDP, inflation, unemployment, interest rates, agriculture and monsoons, corporate tax, balance of payment, forex reserves, FII, FDI holdings, government budget, infrastructure facilities, demographic factors, index of industrial production, purchasing managers index. Don't worry, I will explain these things in our upcoming videos. Today we are going to see only about political stability. What is political stability? Political stability means the government at the center must have a strong hold in the parliament. That is, a party should have won more than 50% of the seats in the Lok Sabha. In Lok Sabha, there are totally 543 seats. And a party should have won more than half of the seats, that is, more than 273 seats. They are generally considered as majority governments and they do not have any fear of collapsing. And those parties will not have any fear from its coalition partners. So it helps to form a politically stable government. Coalition means two or more political parties join together to form a government. It is also known as an alliance. Why political stability is important? A stable government inspires confidence among the domestic people as well as the foreign investors. So, many investments happen and stock prices will move up. I will explain this in detail in the next slide. If a government is stable, they can implement major policy decisions without much opposition. So, it leads to economic development. For example, the government is free in making decisions to put roads. They can easily build roads, after which many shops, petrol bunks, and hotels would be built along the road, which will generate more employment and income. And this might improve the purchasing power among the public. This would in turn boost up our economy, and automatically our stock prices will go up. This is just a simple example. Important factors that affect political stability. Always remember, political alliances are not necessarily bad for the economic growth. For example, the coalition government under late Narasimha Rao, late Vajpayee, and Dr. Manmohan Singh achieved rapid economic growth. However, coalitions have their disadvantages as can be seen during Vajpayee period on 17th April 1999. The BJP coalition government led by late Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee failed to win a confidence vote in the Lok Sabha by a single vote due to the withdrawal of one of the government's coalition partners, the AIADMK. So, President dissolved the parliament and called fresh elections. This type of political instability leads to economic slowdown. Second thing is the conflicts with other countries. For example, conflict between India and Pakistan can also impact the stock market. During times of heightened tensions, investors may become nervous and sell off their stocks, leading to a decline in the market. Third thing, religious riots like the Hindu-Muslim conflicts lead to political instability. The fourth factor that could affect the political stability is corruption. If a government is full of corruption, then investment in that particular state or that particular country would get reduced. As a result, unemployment increases and people lose hope in the government and start to rebel. So, economy goes down and stock prices also goes down. In today's world, as we are living in a globalized economy, all of us are interconnected than never before. So, political instability in other countries also will affect the Indian stock markets. The conflicts between Ukraine and Russia that bursted out on 24th February 2022. Russia is one of the biggest exporters of oil and petroleum products. Western nations impose sanctions on Russia, which increase crude oil prices. Further, Russia supplies 40% of the world's palladium, while Ukraine produces 70% of the world's neon, which are the two key elements in producing semiconductor chips. Thus, the shortage of semiconductors was worsened by this conflict. Semiconductors are an essential component of electronic devices, which power almost everything from communication and healthcare. We can see during that period, our stock market would have crashed very badly. I have shown the screenshot of the Nifty 50 in the next slide. Here's the screenshot showing the Nifty 50 during the Ukraine-Russia war time. Nifty closed at 17,063 on 23rd February, and on 24th February, Nifty went down up to 16,203, that is, close to 860 points after the war was announced. So the key points to remember from today's video is, if we have a politically stable government, investments will increase, which will improve our GDP and the stock prices will move up. On the other side, if we have a politically unstable government, investments will reduce, which will impact our GDP, and as a result, our stock prices will crash. We will see in detail about GDP and how it will affect our stock market in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching my video. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. Also, please press the like button and share it with your friends and relatives. Thank you.